Hello everyone and welcome to Old Coin TV channel. If you love exploring the world of coins, their history, value, and rare discoveries, you've come to the right place. Here, we'll share exciting information about coins from around the world, from ancient treasures to modern currency. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced collector, our channel is the perfect place to grow your knowledge and passion for numismatics. So, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell icon to never miss our latest videos. The 2012 United States 1-cent coin, widely known as the 2012 Lincoln Shield cent, stands as a continuation of one of the most historically rich and culturally significant coin series in American history. Although its face value is only 1 cent, the story behind the 2012 penny connects over a century of numismatic evolution, national symbolism, modern minting technology, economic considerations, and the legacy of Abraham Lincoln. By 2012, the Lincoln cent had already completed more than 103 years of continuous production, making it one of the longest-running circulating coin designs in the world. The 2012 penny represents the newer era of this long series, the era of the Union Shield reverse, which began in 2010 after the 4 special anniversary designs released in 2009 to honor the bicentennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth and the centennial of the Lincoln cent itself. The Shield cent was introduced as the permanent reverse design starting in 2010, symbolizing the unity of the nation that Lincoln worked tirelessly to preserve during the Civil War. As part of that new era, the 2012 penny carries not only the imagery of strength and union but also the technological and economic realities of the 21st century, making it an important piece for collectors, historians, economists, and casual observers alike. The obverse front of the 2012 penny features the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln created by sculptor Victor David Brenner. This design dates back to 1909 and is the longest-running portrait on any U.S. coin still in use. The obverse is a powerful tribute to the 16th President of the United States, his leadership, moral conviction, and dedication to the nation's unity. Lincoln is shown facing right with a calm but determined expression, symbolizing his steady leadership through the Civil War. Above his portrait is the national motto, "In God We Trust," which has appeared on U.S. coins since the 19th century and became standard on all coins by the mid-20th century. To the left of Lincoln's bust is the word, liberty, representing the core value for which both Lincoln and the United States stand. On the right side of the obverse is the date 2012, marking the year of issue, along with the mintmark for Philadelphia No mintmark Denver D or San Francisco S for proof coins. Despite being produced in massive quantities, the design of the obverse remains detailed, impressive, and deeply symbolic, capturing the historical importance of Lincoln's legacy in American history. The reverse back of the 2012 Lincoln cent is dominated by the Union Shield, a symbol that connects the coin to the era of the Civil War and Lincoln's efforts to preserve the Union. The shield features 13 vertical stripes representing the original colonies, unified under a strong horizontal bar symbolizing the federal government. This imagery highlights the idea that although the states are individual components, they are strongest when joined together in unity, echoing Lincoln's famous philosophy during America's most tumultuous period. Across the center of the shield is a flowing banner that contains the denomination, 1 cent, boldly placed to emphasize the stability and strength of the nation's financial foundation. Above the shield is the inscription, United States of America, completing the symbolism of national identity. The reverse design was created by artist Lyndall Bass and sculpted by U.S. Mint engraver Joseph Mena, combining modern artistic interpretation with classical American symbolism. The shield design is also practical for modern minting. It has strong lines, large shapes, and minimal fragile detailing, which ensures long-lasting dies and consistent striking quality. One of the most important aspects of the 2012 penny is its metal composition, which reflects significant economic and industrial decisions by the United States Mint. Since mid-1982, pennies have been made from 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, a major shift from the earlier era when cents were made from almost pure copper. This change was driven by rising copper prices, which made it too expensive to continue producing copper-based pennies. By 2012, the zinc core cents had already been in circulation for 3 decades. The copper plating is extremely thin, just enough to give the coin its familiar copper color. The penny weighs 2.5 grams and measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter. Although the copper-plated zinc cents are cost-efficient, they are more vulnerable to environmental damage. If the copper layer wears off, the zinc underneath can corrode quickly. This means that worn or damaged 2012 pennies may show gray spots, bubbles, or surface irregularities, which collectors often examine when evaluating a specific coin. In terms of minting and production, the 2012 penny was struck at 3 major U.S. mint facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia and Denver produced billions of pennies for everyday circulation. These coins are extremely common, reflecting the heavy reliance on 1-cent coins in American commerce despite ongoing debates about eliminating the penny altogether. The San Francisco Mint produced proof versions of the penny, which are specially made for collectors and feature mirror-like fields with frosted, detailed designs. Proof coins are not meant for circulation and are struck multiple times to ensure sharpness and clarity. As a result, 2012's proof pennies exhibit exceptional detail and are prized by collectors who build yearly sets or focus on the Shield cent series. The 2012 penny is also notable for its varieties and errors, which are areas of great interest in numismatics. Common errors include die chips, small bumps caused by die wear, die cracks, raised lines due to damaged dies, plating bubbles caused by trapped gas under the copper plating, off-center strikes, and broad strikes. Among these, the most visually dramatic are off-center strikes where part of the design is missing, and broad strikes where the coin expands beyond its normal boundaries. There are also occasional double die varieties. Although not every double die claim is genuinely collectible, many are simply machine doubling. Error collectors often examine 2012 pennies closely because zinc cents tend to show unique imperfections during the minting process. The economic context of the 2012 cent adds another layer of depth to its story. By this time, producing a penny cost more than 1 cent in materials and labor, leading to national debates about whether the coin should continue to be minted. Economists argued that inflation had reduced the purchasing power of the penny, making it less practical for modern commerce. However, public opinion, business habits, and retail systems still depended heavily on pennies. Thus, the 2012 penny symbolizes both the persistence of tradition and the complexities of maintaining low-value coinage in a modern economy. Despite its low face value, the penny continues to represent a cultural touchstone in the United States, an everyday object with deep historical roots. For collectors, the 2012 penny may not be rare, but it remains important. Uncirculated examples in high grades, especially those graded Mississippi 67 or Mississippi 68 by PCGS or NGC, can bring premium prices. Proof versions from San Francisco are considered the highest quality examples of the year. Error coins, especially major ones, are sought after by collectors who specialize in modern U.S. minting anomalies. The 2012 penny also holds value for students, historians, educators, and anyone interested in the evolution of modern American coinage. The 2012 U.S. 1-cent coin, commonly known as the Lincoln Shield cent, is one of the modern issues of the long-running Lincoln cent series that began in 1909. The 2012 issue belongs to the modern era of American coinage, marked by a shift in design, metal composition, minting technology, and overall symbolism. This coin represents more than just a monetary unit worth 1 cent. It stands as a continuation of national heritage, embodying the story of Abraham Lincoln, the evolution of American currency, and the economic and political priorities of the early 21st century. The year 2012 came during a time when the United States Mint had firmly transitioned away from the copper-based cents of the previous century and began producing cents with a copper-plated zinc composition, making the coin lightweight, inexpensive to manufacture, and suited to modern minting technology, even though public debate continued about whether the penny should remain in circulation at all. Historical background and transition to the shield design. To understand the 2012 1-cent coin, it is essential to know the broader history of the Lincoln cent. The Lincoln cent was introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, making it the first U.S. circulating coin to feature an actual historical figure. For a century, the reverse displayed the iconic wheat stalks 1909-1958, followed by the Lincoln Memorial 1959-2008. In 2010, after the 4 special 2009 bicentennial designs, the U.S. Mint introduced a permanent new reverse known as the Union Shield, symbolizing the unity of the nation and Lincoln's role in preserving the Union during the Civil War. The 2012 cent is part of this new generation, making it historically significant as it reflects the nation's continuing respect for Lincoln's legacy while presenting a modern, simplified, and highly symbolic reverse design. Design details. Obverse front. The obverse of the 2012 cent features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909. Brenner's portrait is one of the longest-running obverse designs in U.S. history. It shows a right-facing bust of Lincoln that conveys strength, compassion, and moral leadership. Above the portrait is the motto, "In God We Trust," a staple of U.S. coinage since the 19th century. To the left of Lincoln is the word, liberty, symbolizing the principles on which the nation was founded. Lincoln himself led the nation through its greatest challenge to liberty during the Civil War. The date 2012 is placed to the right of Lincoln's portrait, and below or near the date is the mintmark, either D. Denver, P. Philadelphia, or S. San Francisco, depending on where the coin was minted. The design is sharp and detailed due to modern engraving technology and improved die preparation processes at the U.S. Mint. Design details. Reverse back. The reverse of the 2012 cent features the Union Shield, designed by Lyndall Bass and sculpted by Joseph Mena. It is one of the most symbolic modern coin designs. The shield contains 13 vertical stripes, representing the original 13 colonies, all joined together under a broad horizontal bar, symbolizing national unity under the federal government. Across the center of the shield is a scroll bearing the inscription, 1 cent, symbolizing the strength and unity of the value system that the cent historically represented. Above the shield, the phrase, "United States of America," is engraved, reinforcing the national identity reflected in the shield's symbolism. This design replaces earlier reverse designs and aims to capture Lincoln's achievement in preserving the Union. The reverse is elegant, minimalistic, and highly durable for coin circulation, making it technically efficient for mass production. Metal composition and physical specifications. The 2012 cent is composed of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, a composition in use since 1982 when rising copper prices made pure copper cents too expensive to produce. The coin has a diameter of 19.05 mm, a thickness of 1.52 mm, and a weight of 2.5 grams. The modern copper-plated zinc cent is lighter and cheaper to mint compared to older copper coins, but it is also prone to corrosion if the copper layer is damaged. The plating process is highly controlled, ensuring uniform color and luster, though cents may appear more golden or darker depending on their storage and environment. Despite being inexpensive in value, the coin demands precision in manufacturing due to the thinness of its copper plating. Mint marks, production numbers, and circulation. The 2012 1-cent coin was produced at 3 U.S. Mint locations: Philadelphia, No Mintmark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. Philadelphia and Denver produced billions of coins for circulation, while San Francisco primarily produced proof coins for collectors. The mint was producing vast quantities of pennies during this era because retail systems, cash transactions, and public habits still relied heavily on 1-cent coins. The massive production of cents each year sparked national debate about the cost-effectiveness of the penny, as the mint often spent more than 1 cent to produce each coin. Nonetheless, the 2012 cent continued to enter circulation in large numbers, making it a common but historically meaningful modern coin. Varieties and error coins. The 2012 cent is known for several error types that collectors look for, including die cracks, die chips, off-center strikes, copper plating bubbles, and double dies. These occur due to stress on minting equipment, imperfections in die fabrication, or misalignment during striking. While most errors are minor, some can be more dramatic and increase collector value. Since zinc cents tend to develop plating issues, tiny bubbles or raised areas may appear under the copper layer. This is not considered a true mint error but is common for post-1982 cents. However, more dramatic errors, such as off-center strikes or broad strikes, can make specific 2012 cents more collectible. Collector value and market interest. In general circulation, a 2012 cent is worth 1 cent, but uncirculated examples, proof versions, and error varieties can fetch higher prices. Proof coins from San Francisco have superior mirror-like surfaces and sharper details, making them popular among collectors. Some high-grade uncirculated mint state coins receive professional grading from PCGS or NGC, where they may achieve Mississippi 66, Mississippi 67, or even Mississippi 68 grades. Higher grades can command modest premiums because modern coins exhibit extremely fine details that require perfect preservation to attain top grades. Although not a rare coin, the 2012 cent remains important for those who collect yearly sets, shield cents, or varieties. The year 2012 was part of a period when the United States economy was recovering from the 2008 financial crisis. The penny's role in commerce, inflation debates, and minting costs were heavily discussed as policymakers questioned whether the cent should remain in production. Many economists argued that the penny had lost purchasing power and was inefficient, but public sentiment and commercial habits kept it in use. Thus, the 2012 cent reflects a modern economic reality where tradition, practicality, and cost intersect. It symbolizes both the continuity of American currency and the transition into a more electronic financial world.